Rahila here, Shiva here, but when I invite you both off, when I invite you in the end. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for a very special press conference, a day after International Women's Day, and on the opening day of the Commission on the Status of Women here at the UN. After this stakeout at 11:30 a.m., please tune in to our official side event called Speaking Up on Violations of Women's Rights and Human Rights in Iran. You can find the link to tune in on UN TV. I'd now like to invite Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danon, to deliver a statement. He will be joined by 4 incredible women who will be speaking at our event at 11:30 a.m. We have Rahila Amiri, who is a trained psychologist from Kerman, Iran, who participated in the Women Life Freedom Zan Zandagi Azadi protests in 2022 to 2023 and was shot in the eye by regime forces. Dr. Nazi Moinian is an accomplished Iran-born fellow at the Middle East Institute and is an advisor to INSS in Tel Aviv. Marjan Kipor Greenblatt is an Iranian-American analyst and human rights activist specializing in women and minority rights in Iran. And Shiva Amini is an Iranian women's futsal player who previously played for Iran's national futsal team and fled her home country for Europe following harassment by the Islamic Republic. I'd now like to invite Ambassador Danon and our special guests.
Good morning. Today, the UN opens the Commission on the Status of Women. This year, International Women's Day theme is Rights, Justice, Action for all women and girls. That theme could not be more relevant. That is why today we are hosting a CSW side event to amplify the voices of Iranian women, women whose rights have been denied and whose calls for justice have been silenced. But today, there is action. Here at the UN, Israel is amplifying their voices. And on the ground in Iran, alongside the US and others, we are confronting the very regime that oppresses them. With me today stand some of the brave lionesses of Iran, survivors, activists, women who have courageously spoken out against the regime, often at a great personal cost. Shiva Amini, Dr. Nazi Munyan, Marjan Kaifour, and Rahel Amiri, who lost an eye after being shot by regime forces during the Women's Life Freedom protests. For 47 years, the regime in Tehran has ruled through fear and brutality. Women beaten in the streets, arrested for showing their hair, dragged into prison for demanding basic freedoms. A regime that rapes, tortures, and kills women who dare to stand up. But Iranian women do not surrender. They resist. Just last week, the Iranian women's national football team, the Lionesses, refused to sing the regime's anthem before a match in a silent protest against the Iranian regime. They were immediately branded traitors and threatened on state television. That is the regime we are dealing with, a radical Islamist regime that spreads violence across the region and wages violence against its own women. To the women of Iran, I say this: your enemy is our enemy. Stopping this regime is not easy. Israelis are in and out of bomb shelters. Our neighbors in the region are under attack. But allowing this regime to threaten the region and continue its oppression is not an option. So we will continue to target the leadership of the regime and dismantle its nuclear ballistic missile capabilities. As the machinery weakens, you, Mardumei Iran, the people of Iran, will have the opportunity to shape your future with rights and justice for women. In the past 11 days, Iran has fired missiles and drones across the region at Israel, at our neighbors, and at civilian targets. The regime has attacked more Arab countries in the past 11 days than Israel has in its entire existence. This is not defense. This is aggression aimed at destabilizing our region. That is why we welcome the statement you issued by the Gulf Cooperation Council condemning the Iranian regime's attacks on civilian targets and its violation of international law. The Gulf countries also called on the Security Council to clearly condemn these attacks and demand that Iran stop immediately. We agree. The Security Council must act. It must make clear that these attacks are unacceptable and that Iran must stop and surrender. Let me be clear. Changing the man at the top does not change the regime. It is the same ideology, the same nuclear ambitions, the same ballistic missiles, the same terror proxies. For us, nothing changed. My advice to Tehran's new leadership: look at what happened to those who thought they could threaten the US and Israel. Israel remains committed to the objectives of this joint operation: to dismantle the regime's nuclear ballistic missile capabilities and weaken the machinery that allow it to threaten the region and oppress its own people. We hope that soon the people of Iran will have the opportunity to rise up and share their own future. Let us pray that by International Women's Day 2027, Iranian mothers, daughters, grandmothers will stand here themselves speaking for a new reality in Iran, where women finally have what they have been denied for too long: rights and justice. I want to thank the esteemed guests that we have today, and I invite you all to join us at the event we will start momentarily. Thank you.
If you have any questions, make sure they're directed to the ambassador.
Yes, it's Pamela Fall from U.S. News and World Report. To the ambassador, you thought the Strait of Hormuz might open up a little faster than it has. It's virtually closed. When do you think that might happen? And I know you said not to ask the women, but we'd like to hear from the women what they think of the new appointment of a new Supreme Leader. Is it more of the same, and what can happen next? Thank you.
So regarding the Strait of Hormuz, as I said a few days ago, we control the airspace in Iran. We are hunting the launchers. We are degrading the capabilities of the regime. So it's going to be harder for them to attack civilians in Dubai and to attack vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. It doesn't mean it will be 100% guaranteed, but it will be harder for them to do that. So I'm optimistic about that. Every day we see the numbers of the attacks going down. Regarding your question, it's up to them, not up to me if they want to address it. But you are welcome to join us, Pamela, at the conference, and we're going to have time for questions and discussions.
Ambassador Adla Massoud, the National. So today the Lebanese the Lebanese president said he's willing to engage in direct talks with Israel. Is Israel willing to engage in direct talks? Or do you think Israel should finish its military offensive first before?
We are a peaceful nation. We believe in diplomacy. But it takes more than declarations. And I tell the Lebanese leaders, take action against Hezbollah. Hezbollah started to fire rockets into Israel in order to show support for the Iranian regime, to the Ayatollah regime. They wanted to avenge Georgi's death. So that's not acceptable. If the Hezbollah will be restrained, then we are open to dialogue. And we had a very good dialogue with the Lebanese government before.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. My name is Abdul Hamid. The first day of the clashes, your Air Force targeted a school in southern Iran, killing 165 young girls. So how can we believe this shedding crocodile tears about Iranian women when you went and killed these young girls?
So I addressed this question a few days ago. We're looking into these incidents. We do not believe that the Israeli Air Force was involved in that incident. But we have to say it very clearly. We do not target civilians. We target military infrastructure. The Iranian regime, they're doing exactly the opposite. If civilians are being hurt, we regret that when we say that. Same goes for the US. But the Iranians, they do exactly the opposite. They target cities, they target airports, not only in Israel, in 12 countries in the region.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Edith Lederer from the Associated Press. The Israeli Defense Forces said after the selection of Supreme Leader Khamenei's son as the new Supreme Leader that they would target him. Does Israel support President Trump's demand that the United States should have a say in the selection of the next leader or a new leader of Iran?
So there is no daylight between the US and Israel. The new leader, unfortunately, is more of the same. Same ideology, same radical ideas, and if anyone who will promote those radical ideas against us, we will target them, we will find them. I think it's for the people of Iran to choose their next leadership. We will have to create the conditions for them, and that's what we are doing now. But eventually, they will have to stand up, rise up, and choose their own leadership. Thank you very much. And I invite you all to join us at 11:30 at CR9. Thank you very much.